What causes war? Little step by little step, the world seems to inch closer to a third world war. Each step striking the match over and over. But the question becomes, where's the flame? Conflict doesn't typically just happen. It's the revelation of each domino that fell. The dominoes themselves not seeming significant until the one that lights the flame falls. Everybody looks at the domino that's currently falling, the here, the now. We've been conditioned to believe that the present is all that matters. People talk about living in the moment being freedom. I disagree. Purely living in the moment is what pushes the first domino. To live in the moment is to ignore the row of dominoes that are collapsing behind you. You have to be able to turn around and see the path you've wandered down. You have to be able to see the pattern of little mistakes so you don't continue to make them. Trying to live in the moment causes you to repeat the cycle of history. So I offer you a different perspective. Just live. Use the past as your teacher, the future as your opportunity not to fail again, and allow time to do its work. But oftentimes when people look ahead, they look to set the destination as a concept that sounds perfect on paper. World peace. A world without conflict. It's presented as this beautiful concept, the final evolutionary step in our existence. However, it's the opposite. It would be the very end of our evolution. World peace requires an absence of conflict, yet this clash is the driving factor of progress. The concept of the best man winning. A clash of ideas is the best way to continue. World peace would mean people with different ideas would have to be silent, worried they may cause conflict. World peace can't exist because we can't live without conflict. But the best man winning doesn't have to be violent. It's not a profound statement to say that a main factor in war is pride. People get their feelings hurt that other people have different ideas than them. But the energy that's wasted trying to force someone to believe what you believe would be so much better placed in just communicating with them. Swallowing your pride and recognizing that you are not always right, but having the self-awareness to realize that sometimes you are. The objective isn't to defeat the person that's across from you. It's to ensure that when the conversation ends, the truth is the only thing left standing. At the end of the day, you may still disagree with someone, and they may disagree with you, but both of you came out better. You learned about the other point of view. After sitting down and having a genuine conversation with someone, if you still disagree, you've more than likely just solidified your argument. But you have to be willing to take your emotion out of it. Unbiased decision making requires a lack of emotion, a lack of pride. If all you are looking for is to satisfy yourself, then you're not improving. You're just a domino in the trail that leads to war. I'm not saying that war is never necessary. Speaking in absolutes is a conflict in and of itself. But the majority of war is caused by prideful people trying to impose their ideas on other prideful people. Quit forcing your ideas on other people and convince them. Truth doesn't require force. Truth is itself. its own defense. Both sides just have to be willing to put their pride away and listen. You have to be able to control the burn. Fire can be such a useful tool, but if it's left unattended or given too much freedom, it can be just as dangerous as every single domino combined. Wildfires are fought by using small fires to create a boundary they can't cross. The firefighters, they use a small fire to control and even at times prevent the big one. You have to do the same thing with conflict. You have to start the fire to test your idea, to grow and learn, but you need a boundary of logic and self-awareness. If you don't control the burn, the fire runs rampant, and a rampant fire doesn't discriminate between what you want to grow and what you've already built. There's a place for emotion in conflict, but it shouldn't be the weapon. Emotion should be the fuel of the flame, and logic should be the boundary. It's ignorant to say that humans have the ability to be completely unbiased. But we have the ability to be self-aware, see ourselves and how we're contributing to the fall. Emotion is the root of conflict, but it's not how we solve it. So now you have a choice. You can live in the moment and ignore the past, staying in the cycle that we've created. Or you can stop being one of the dominoes. You can take a step back, clear the smoke, and begin to control the burn. Hold yourself accountable, remind yourself that sometimes you're wrong, but have the self-awareness to realize when you're right. It's about finding the balance between the humility to admit a mistake and the confidence to stand by a truth. You have to start the fire. Use it to test your idea, to grow and learn. But you must maintain a boundary. I don't want you to avoid striking the match. But when you do, just make sure you aren't dropping it in a room full of pride.